Oak House has 20 rooms, 10 for female and 10 for males. Generally speaking, our residents have issues such as substance misuse, domestic abuse, offending, mental health. With a staff team of 3 support workers, night workers, life skills worker, administrator and senior support worker and myself as the project manager at the moment. And support workers have caseloads of 6 or 7 residents each. Residents are required to engage in 1 weekly key work session, but as we are staffed 24/7 and we have waking night staff, support is available around the clock. The aim is really to put the support plan together from the start that is aimed at reducing each support need to the best of our ability, obviously working with the residents, and ultimately reach the point where they would be ready to move on. Life skills play a big part in that. Our life skills worker Jenny Casmore runs cooking classes, art classes, life skills to do with assertiveness, dealing with correspondence, healthy relationships, and subjects such as those. Oak House is a dry hostel, which in this context means that we don't allow any substance misuse inside the building. But we have recently changed our practice where we do allow entry when people are under the influence of alcohol or substances. And instead of refusing entry, we proactively work with the individual who is struggling with either alcohol or substances and take more sort of holistic, proactive approach in helping the individual, which is based on communication and planning with the individual themselves and external services. We stopped breathalyzing people at the entry only a few weeks ago, and some staff had some fears that this place would turn into something a lot more chaotic than it previously has been. But so far it's been very calm and quiet, which is partly down to, I think, the current mix of residents that we have here at Oak House who tends to be genuinely motivated and wanting to stay off alcohol or other substances. It will be managed based on sort of positive approach and if necessary obviously challenged via our sort of warnings procedure with the intention of ultimately preventing street homelessness, but also instead of evicting people, finding alternative accommodation which better suit their needs should somebody continue to struggle. We would like to think that we would be able to make significant difference in the first 6 months, and if by that point we haven't been managed to sort of reduce the level of support need, it's usually something that will require a bit longer term support. So we'll look at those sideway moves to maybe more specialist services, depending on what the specific need is. So people can stay up to 2 years, but ideally we want to have a lot quicker turnaround. If the support needs either change or they sort of fail to address them effectively here, they might go to a different homeless hostel. But ideally, we aim to move people to independent living, which would be either council or housing association accommodation, private rented sector, or sheltered schemes for people over 55 years of age. Anything that sort of offers them long-term security, should they be ready for that step. Or basically fresh start in a different supported housing setting.
I was in a relationship and it all broke down, and I just had to move on, and had nowhere really to go to, so I was sleeping on the streets, doorways, or wherever I can get a place to sleep, I've been here a month now, and it is a really nice place. I mean, it's friendly people, I mean, nice residents, staff are really good, so I am pleased, but it's a lot better than sleeping in the street, a lot better than sleeping in the street. And, it's just like, well, it's just like one big family here. I mean, everyone gets on with everybody. I will be hopefully moving on, obviously to my own place. It's just a nice place. It is a nice place.
The biggest reward from this work, I think, for all of us is when we see somebody sort of realizing their potential and the skills that they have but might not have been sort of opportunities to practice them or enhance them before, and when they feel confident in taking the next step in terms of move or whatever that might be. Ideally living independently with maybe United Welsh tenancy support in place. Recently we have had quite a few people move with United Welsh shelter schemes, living with schemes very successfully and happily. So it's seeing those successes, and I suppose when people get in touch sometimes months or even years after moving or after leaving Oak House, and they come and they thank us for the opportunity that we gave. But ultimately the biggest piece of work is always being done by the residents themselves.